Hello YouTube, it's Mike and Aaron from Team Endgame here, bringing you a deck breakdown of my Glory Maelstrom build. Yes.
Yeah.
So what the heck to go from there? So yeah, starting from my grade zeros, we've got 8 crit, 4 draw, and 4 heal. And an
Crits? Crits? No stands?
Yes, no stand. Why? Because it's a risky build. At the end of the day, you need to commit with your Vanguard, whether you like it or not. It's Glory as well. Glory is sheer power. Power means nothing unless you get a critical trigger off. The Maelstrom's just an early kind of threatening thing of you have to guard this or else I'm going to get rid of something and draw a card, which is just as efficient as saying I get a stand trigger.
Okay, that's not how I see it, but okay.
Why? What do you see it?
I see it as Glory Maelstrom Ultimate Break. Well, they can do 2 to pass, so I can actually commit without fear of it not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that as well.
There's no fear of the perfect guard.
Well, you're going to commit anyway.
It can't go in.
That is true. But at the end of the day, I feel as if they need those criticals in there, and they need the draw power to keep their hand up because they need a specific field. So if you're going to drop your hand and commit, you've got to commit. There's none of this stand triggering nonsense, you know.
You really hate stand triggers.
I hate stand triggers. Okay, so straight away I'm going to say I hate stand triggers. We have 3 of the stand.
But you can use 12 stand now.
Yeah, that's nice. There's also a draw. Isn't there a stand coming out at some point? You can just run 12 ovs. Yeah, the same one.
No, you can run 16.
16 of the same.
Something like that.
It's amazing. But yeah, you can also, obviously, I've got 1 extra crit trigger, but as I said a second ago, they need the draw power. This one specifically, you could turn a damage up by putting it into the soul, but I've been known to drop a 5k booster behind my Maelstrom, so I need that to be a 5k. I'm never going to put something in soul to do that. Mm-hmm. Not really, anyway. Alternative starters, you've got what Aaron quite likes, but I'm worried that it might be the artwork.
No. It's more than just that. I'm not denying anything.
It's 4k. You put it into the soul when it boosts an Aqua Force and hits, and you can put it.
Has hit the Vanguard, I think.
No, doesn't.
Isn't it?
Hits a Vanguard. Shut up.
Yeah.
I just read it while talking. I looked over it. But yeah,
I personally like it because I just feel it's pressure.
Well, the reason I looked at it originally and just thought, well, yes, hit the Vanguard, but 2, it's 4k, and if it doesn't hit, it's stuck behind the Vanguard. It's 4k. You have to replace.
I do understand that. I do understand that's why.
And the fact that you only drop your hand at grade 3 a lot of the time, that you don't really have anything worth restanding. So, yeah, that's
for that reason, it's out.
For that reason, it's out. Go float away. The other 2 are 5k. Now, the less appealing one is Tri-Hole Draco Kid? Tri-Hole Draco Kid.
Tri-Hole Draco Kid.
Yes. Okay, it's obviously something I'm not really looked into because you just have to attack with it 3rd or more, and it gets 3k, so it's an 8k swinger. So I was more interested in this originally, the Aqua Draco Kid. Now that is something that you can put it into the soul, so it doesn't cost anything. It adds a K to a unit, and if it's the 4th attack or more that unit you chose hits, then you get to draw a card, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. So it just becomes a bit of a threat. But if it doesn't hit, then you just negged yourself. But my appealing point is that I can just put it behind the Vanguard and that's it. But I, of course, want Dorothea behind it. So it's going to be a bit of a meh booster at the end of the day. So I want something that I can get rid of and replace rather than replace and neg myself.
You mean something that you can put there that actually generates you a 1-for-1?
Yeah, but an almost, or it's a possible 1-for-1.
Because that one's basically not going to hit, so it's always going to be a neg.
Yep.
Whereas at least Eric has a chance of plussing in the form of a grade 3.
Yep.
So it's 1-for-1.
Ooh, Eric. Okay, and these are my grade 1s. You got 4 Perfect Guard, 4 Dorothea, 4 of the
Storm Rider Nicholas.
Yeah, that's the one. Because I own by effect. It's
2 penguins.
And 2 penguins. Penguin soldier. So yeah. So 4 Perfect Guards. I'm going to say standard. 4 Dorothea.
It's a bit heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, with a Maelstrom build, you need to get a lot of power. And that's the only thing that's going to give you a lot of power. You know, admittedly you can go cross ride with the 8k, but it's not going to get...
That's 21.
That's 21, but that's dependent on the cross ride.
If you don't get the cross ride,
then it's your stuff.
It's 19.
Yeah,
I get it. So basically, you always have a 10k booster.
Because of my grade 2s, I generally don't care if I've got a 7 or 8k. So I might as well use Nicholas to switch if I don't find a Basil. That means I don't have to run 4 Basil.
How many Basil do you run?
3.
Okay.
So that means I have 7 chances for something to switch. If I find it, then it just means I'm lucking out. And then there's 2 Penguin. Now Penguin is you play, so he has no draw power this deck. It really struggles unless Maelstrom hits or you get draw triggers off. So you might as well play it. There's no reason not to. It's just like, I put it to Soul Search grade 3, play it.
Question.
What?
Where do you put Penguin?
Either as something just as a attack for the hell of it, or behind the Vanguard if I don't have a Dorothea, now I'll place it later. But up to that point, a 5k is fine, because it's at least 16. That means I can put my 7ks to the side.
So you're basically just using it...
Use it as a temporary plus,
there you go.
basically, to try and help me find the cross ride as well. So if I don't get it in my search, at least go, okay, I draw a card, hopefully I'll get it in my next drive check or draw or something.
Okay, fair.
Okay, that's pretty much it. The other ones is the grade 1 strategic commander, which is your damage adder. But it's 6k, and the only reason I run a 6k is to be on the Vanguard. This is the layout. At the end of the day, I'm going to struggle to...
I also want to add that because it's the grade 1 damage adder, you can't get rid of it easy.
No,
At least
can't.
with the grade 2 you can intercept, which is what I like about them.
Yep. The grade 1 Storm Rider, which would be the replacement for Nicholas, but it's 6k. And even though it swings for 8 and 7s, it's not going to hit the Vanguard, is it?
No.
Not
so
really.
Not
Not
have that as
early.
a viable booster.
Yeah, it's a viable booster at the end of the day. So that's why I don't run that. Now, Deck Sweeper I really like. It's the booster for Maelstrom. You Soul Blast 1 to boost it for 10. It's really good, but it's at the end of the day, the field setup is Dorothea or Ever with the Vanguard. Then you've got over here a grade 2 and 3 to switch.
Yeah. So your Maelstrom...
You only need 1 booster. So and Maelstrom's going to be on the Vanguard most of the time, or the swappable thing for Basil.
So your Maelstrom's basically going to... Yeah, as you said, your swappable one, so you don't need to hit 21 with it.
Yeah, you're never going to get it. Now, Torpedo Rush Dragon, that is for your Valyria type build of I'm going to attack with the right column last, and it's going to be a heavy attack, and you're going to struggle to guard it. Because that if it boosts to the 4th or more attack, then it's going to be a 9k booster. On top of an already 9k,
it's 18.
it's 18.
So it can hit cross rides, but it's not... It is more suited for like
Yeah.
a Maelstrom in the 3rd column, so it's 20.
Yeah.
Even then it's...
So and obviously it'd be a different build, different Vanguard, things like that. But yeah. And finally I'll just do these two together. They're just the beat sticks. You've got the 8k and the counter plus 1 to the k. As I said, the only thing I take it out for is a Storm Rider. Simply because, I'm struggling to... I would struggle to hit a number if I attacked with, with a Basil in a column or something, just to get an attack off.
And if you take them out for that, and you don't find Basil,
then I'm screwed.
then how are you going to get your 3rd attack? So
Exactly. So grade 1s just help consistency at the end of the day. Right, now my grade 2s. As you can see, as I mentioned before, I have 3 Basils, which are there for your switching. And you got 4 of the Tier Knights, which are there to be switched. So you've got your Maelstroms and them, which are viable behind it. So that's 12 units you'd happily have behind your Basil or your grade 1. And then you've got 4 damage adders. Now that seems very excessive, but you...
I didn't realise you ran 4. There's no wonder you did it so much in those fights.
Yeah. I mean, you need it. You need that effect to go off. Because if I'm sitting at 3 damage with the Maelstrom or 4 damage with Glory, you're not threatened. Nothing's happening. It's like, I can just no guard it. There's no issue. Or I'm on 4 damage, but I can perfect guard it. I'm not letting you do anything.
Those damage adders.
So they need to be in the deck. So at the end of the day, with Basil, we worked out that you can actually attack with it first with a boosted unit, and it would switch with the boosted unit, but they'd remain rested.
We weren't actually sure about
that. I was
that.
actually sure about that because I was never actually taking the time to look it up because the effect's a bit vivid. But yeah. you obviously have to have a unit behind it. So yeah, I mean, so you can't actually attack with it first like I was trying to do in game 2 and switch it with nothing or just leave it there. You have to have a unit behind it. So lucky I did do that just for thingy purposes. So I was hoping to double insect or something. But anyway.
So basically, a switcher, target to be switched with, and damage adder because they're annoying.
Yeah, because they're very annoying.
Four's ultimate break, hooked up, heal. I want 3 damage again.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah. That's what it's there.
You did that way too much.
And even though the likelihood of riding an 8k is quite high, you just got to hope for it. Because if you ride a Basil, I've got the grade 1s. If I ride the damage adder, I'll use the effect if I have a trigger in there. It's not a major issue because you don't care about taking damage, like an extra bit of damage, because it's helping you towards limit break. And you just drop your hand and then attack with Maelstrom last, or Glory like second. Yeah. But the idea in this deck is you want to attack with attack, switch, attack, and then it's all about the power with Dorothea. You want to attack with as high as you can and add any triggers to the remaining column, which can be 18 if you had a Maelstrom in the grade 1. Now I know I'm going to struggle to hit the 21s and the 16s with a field like this.
Doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter because you're going to swing over the rear guards anyway a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to base a deck on hitting 18 as my final attack. That's not necessary. I'm more concerned about getting the 3 attacks off and having a column to add it to. Because a lot of the time I'll have a Maelstrom. Most of the time I'll put the 10k behind the Basil and keep the Maelstrom for the other side. Unless, of course, it doesn't matter, in which case I won't care. But anyway, you're probably wondering, where's Valeria? Where's the structure deck version of it that draws a card?
It has a name.
It's a long name. Marine General Orestes Ties Algos.
Okay, let's call it Algos.
Algos. Okay, so yeah, you got those two. Now, they are the 4th attack gets off, you get to retire a card, or you get to draw a card. Now...
You did try them before.
I did try them before, but switching with Basil, it's 9. Well, I can't get over your wall of 10s and 11s. Okay, I'll put it over here. Well, I've just attacked with my Vanguard, and now you've got a trigger or something, or you're not threatened by it as such because I have to have that booster. That I can't just put it down and it gets over something like I would with the 10Ks and things. The damage adders are so much more useful. There's no room for it at the end of the day. I'd have to take out the 10Ks.
That's the only thing I would say. You could take out the 10Ks, but then it's the fact that...
the switching's awful.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is there's the grade 2 that counterparts and switches. Like, I could do that for Basil. But Basil attacks for 10, it could possibly get over. This...
Yeah, like
the only benefit of running the Storm Rider Demon is because you can ride a 9k instead of an 8. But yeah, other than that, I always base my decks on a focus, the consistency.
Your winning image.
Yeah, my winning image. So yeah, that's grade 2. And now my grade 3. Surprise, surprise. Maelstrom's everywhere. Now, it's there for the cross ride, it's there for the 11. The fact they're 11 is amazing. You can drop it by itself, you can get the cross ride off, which is so good. And whatever I ride, I'm going to be adding damage to get the effect off. But obviously you want Glory late game, Maelstrom early game, but you can't obviously pick and choose.
Either way, well, I say either way.
Because Glory's only a threat at when you're on late damage. Because you're like, I can't let any of this through in case you crit me.
Yeah, that's just it. And Maelstrom isn't too much of a threat with the way you built the deck.
Well, I'd always attack with it last and just go, attack rear guard, whatever, attack for the hell of it.
I know. But because you've got to get the 4th attack, that has to attack last. And I can still perfect guard it, so it's not an issue. Yeah,
but that's the excuse. You can always try everything.
I know, but this is what I find is absolutely horrible about Glory. I didn't used to like the card. I thought, that's a really poxy effect. Oh, you can't guard grade 1s and stuff. That's fine, guard with grade 0s. Then you realise it's 28. 30 guards.
Yeah, 30 guards, like 40. Yeah, nothing passing. But you have to go with grade 0s and you're done. This is stretching it thin. But I really struggled to find something to come off. Obviously, thought of Diamantes, which is the switcher. You can go to 11k and switch as a first attack.
But you'd have to take out Maelstrom.
You have to take out Maelstrom. It's 11k already. So
and you got Basil,
and that's why I've got the grade 1 in there.
Yeah.
So I can rely on the grade 1 instead of the grade 3. And whatever I find, I'm gonna have a nice ride. And if you wanted to go for a more beat sticky build, then you can go for the David, is it? Yeah, David. Yeah, the Counterblast one at 3k.
Any reason I like that?
It's because it helps cross-ride.
It's because it's cross-ride on its own. Hits cross-ride on its own, yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, other than that, it's just consistency. Alright, and that's my Maelstrom deck breakdown.
Glory Maelstrom.
Well, it's both, look. That's that. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to like, comment and subscribe and check out our Facebook channel. And that's pretty much it. So we'll check you guys later.